Right, well met friends, and here we are for part 2 of Drakan Order of the Flame, or part 3, depending on how you want to see it. I'm calling this part 2 because it's the actual playthrough this time. So as I was mentioning before about the mechanics, I mean obviously this portcullis thing here, they didn't really, you know, even the wood around it, they didn't, you know, do every part of the texture. It was just some more than others, really. And I figured I'd mention as well, the reason I put my weapons away is so that Rin will interact with switches and locks better. Okay, let's actually use the enemy's weapon this time. You can actually exploit the AI, which is what I'm going to be trying to do. If I try to attack these spiders, like as I am now, it's a little bit more harder because you will, again, the game requires hit detection to be on the same level. So the way I'm swinging now, it's amazing that I actually managed to kill them there, because the way I'm swinging now, it doesn't look like I was supposed to hit him, but what you can do is that it also has a crouch button and a roll button, because yeah, but it also has a sneak crouch. You can also attack like this. That will be important later, because enemies that low down are going to be a problem. Especially if we don't have weapons like this, which obviously has a bit of a area of effect. I don't rightly know why they decided to call this a short. It's clear that it showed us that it could hit the enemies pretty fair. Right, so where are we now? We've literally just opened this. We've just killed the spiders in here. Yeah, not all of the enemies you face will be like allies of themselves. We're just gonna go equip Atimar's Blade. The only time I ever use Atimar's Blade, essentially, is to open the barrels. Because, again, durability is a bit punishing in this game. The durabilities of your weapons goes down pretty quickly if you use it for everything. Ooh, that was a loud sound. Yeah, there we are. We've got 5 health elixirs now. 2 clubs, one with 22 durability. And we've also got 2 maces. Sorry, we've got a mace and a club. But these are actually weaker weapons, but their durability is... the mace is higher, I guess. But we'll just stick with the enemy's weapons for now. I know it's a bit cheap because it's not part of vanilla, but you know, I am playing this on very hard. You know, just wanted to make it a little bit more authentic for the experience, guys. I mean, come on, give me some leverage. I'm doing my best. Actually, I'm sorry. What am I doing? We want to keep this open. Don't know why I decided to close that, because as you noticed, there is a portcullis on the other end. We can't actually access it through this point. However, that actually leads to a secret, or rather it's an exit to a secret, which I'm going to show you where it is right now. Oh wow, I didn't actually realize, but we could also equip the wine jug. Guess they count that as the enemy's weapons, even though it's clearly a jar taken from the cellar of the tavern. You know what? I don't think I'm going to equip it, so I'm just going to drag it out and just plop it there. And just let it sink to the floor. It's logic. Now, not every weapon in this game has durability. To say it's a matter of just dishing out the best damage you can with weapons you have. If you've played this game as much as I have, you will not have any short supply of finding weapons in this game. In fact, come when we finish the first area, I'm actually going to throw away Atimar's Blade. For people who haven't played this game before, I highly recommend you don't do that, because it's practically... yeah, so we've just been given... So there's some more Grulls out there. Actually, you know what? I need to equip a weapon now, because if I was to equip a weapon right next to them, that'll actually generate sound and will cause them to hear us. And we don't want that! So they're just having a conversation with each other. And there you have it. So you see how much damage that did when it's a sneak attack? And I also want to point out as well that... Did I get 2 clubs? I did. Nice, nice, nice. I also want to point out as well that the bigger Grulls actually have more health. So size, it's not just... The size for the of the enemies isn't just for show. The bigger ones actually have more health than the smaller ones. And the smaller ones obviously are pathetically weak. So yeah. In fact, because of the mod, I think I may want to get rid of that Mars Blade right now. Taking a bit of a risk. But you know what? I think it's only fair that we do. I mean, look. The benefits of having an inventory, having the weapon in your hand as opposed to being in the inventory whilst holding it is a major plus, because our inventory is going to get filled real quick. I mean, look at this. You can't even tell it's a tavern. All you can see is this sign here. There's no sign or, you know, label or description telling you that this is a tavern. So again, first time players are going to have a hard time. It's literally just, you know, back to 90s fantasy RPG or RTS style. You're pretty much just going to need to, you know, the game rewards you for exploration, which is what we're going to do. Okay, where is my current weapon the one that's got everybody? Okay, yes it is. So if you've got a weapon equipped, it'll automatically tell you the stats in this right side here. So now we found another Gruul trying to break into a house. It's not cool, dude. You see, look at that. Look how we ducked as well. Oof, that was a nice critical hit there. Yeah, the AI isn't actually stupid in this game. It's actually pretty decent. They'll duck, they'll dodge. Well, not so much dodge. Oh, these enemies won't dodge so much. But they'll they'll duck your attacks. And oftentimes they'll actually do a sweeping move that'll cause them to do a duck slash move, which is actually an attack that you won't be able to duck. I'm sorry, you won't be able to dodge or block. There is a blocking move that you have. It's holding down the right mouse button, and it pretty much deflects about, I'd say, I think 85 to 90% of the damage. But again, that's on the top part of the body. If they hit you below, which certain enemies will do that, you'll take full damage on that, really, so... It's not good. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use my club now. I'm going to use my club to break out some of the barrels. Again, I'm not an expert in this game, so I don't rightly know what barrels are full of goodies or not. But you know what? That's fine. This is a journey for everybody. I'm telling the story in a bar right now. You guys are having a pint with some beef stew with your feet up next to the fire. I'm the one suffering for this, not you. So there you go, found more... This is pretty much how the secret area that I was mentioning earlier. You just drop down this little cliff here. And we also get another sword. You just need to walk into it and then we pick it up. It is the Mithril short sword. That's actually pretty decent. It's 10 armor piercing with 100 durability, fast and short. So it's pretty much the same size as Atimar's blade, except this one's got a lot more better stats, I suppose. But its durability is 100, so you know, risk reward there. Right, so... got the right thing going. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention as well, we actually picked up the Priest's Key. Now in fact, I also need to mention, this is our map. And as you can tell, in the top left corner of the map, there's this sort of blue, greyish white icon or cursor on the map. That's actually the character where Rin is and which directions he's facing. This has got to be one of the most arbitrary, useless maps I've ever seen in a game ever. Of course, I've just played Abe's Exodus, so if you want to talk about useless maps, that's a good contender as well. So what are we looking at here? Right, well... basically, because I don't have a mouse cursor, I can't actually show you exactly what it is I'm looking at, so you're going to have to take my word for it on what it is I'm trying to describe to you. So what we've got here is a map of the area and some writing on the outsides of the map, on the edges, and it's sort of, its penmanship is like sort of rushly handwritten sort of thing, but it still looks pretty nice. So we've just finished the first objective, which is get Atimar's key under the tavern. The next objective is we need to get the sacred book from Atimar's house, which says it in the bottom there. Third objective is then we need to find Heron's soul crystal. And then the fourth objective is to awaken Erok, which is at the top left corner. Now, it's weird that it was laid out this way, because you can't tell. Like, it's... How are you meant to tell in which order all of these objectives were meant to be filled? You know? So... Again, there was a lot of things that the developers didn't really focus on too much. That, you know, was pretty much... This is what we're introduced to, you know? So... It's pretty much, you have to figure it out for yourself, I'm afraid. It's very reminiscent of 90s style games, I'm afraid. With a map as well, as you can see, there's a few objects and points of interest. The point of interests, as I can best describe, are the dark patches around the map. So, as you can see, there's some sort of Nordic style houses near where Rin is, and then there's one that's a point of interest that looks a lot more darker around the edges. Those are the points of interest where the game tells you that's an important place, or it's a place where you can access and find stuff, I suppose. So, for the most part, that's pretty much the only indication of why that's a lot more sharper on the map. As opposed to everything else that's a lot more, shall we say, less defined, can we say? I also want to mention as well, that I forgot to mention in the first part, the dialogue, whilst it was going on and you saw the cutscenes then, it's actually the in-game cutscenes, it's not a specific cutscene outside of the gameplay or the game mechanics itself. And when you noticed some of the actions of the characters, they looked a little, I wouldn't say glitchy, but they were definitely less smooth and respondent to how Rin is moving right now. And let's say, you know how she's rolling on the side right now, but she's not doing it in a much more smoother fashion? Well, that's an actual design choice by the developers that... again, Retro Death goes into better detail than I do, but basically it means that the developers have forcefully locked the game characters, or the in-game characters, the PCs and the NPCs, at a 40 FPS lock, 40 frames per second, whereas the whole game, as you can see right now, is running at 60. I don't know why that is. That's a thing that's been there since vanilla. I'm sure the developers have their reasons, but that's probably this is what we're left with. Okay, so in case it looks a little bit weird, don't worry, it's literally just how the game is. So here we are, faced with more spiders. And it's a great way to use this weapon as well, because when you're crouching as well, you also have a good chance on stun locking the enemies, and to making them, as you saw there, sort of just jump a little bit backwards. And the game, yes, also has a swimming function. It's like, damn, this game was way ahead of its time as far as I'm concerned. It's just so good with everything. Even though, sadly enough, the swimming function, or I say sadly enough, the swimming function is not too prevalent. In this game, it's not really emphasized that much, so you're not going to see it as much as you could, really. But to be honest, that's kind of a good thing, because let me just demonstrate a nasty glitch which has come with the game's new version, shall we say, for the 10th edition. Although they fixed and patched out a lot of the game's bugs and glitches and actually made the game playable on modern systems, doing that also caused some bugs and glitches to occur in other places. And let me just demonstrate here now. Yeah. I, for some reason, just got teleported. Now, oftentimes, that's actually never happened to me before. Usually they just teleport you into a random place and then kills you, or you lose a significant amount of health. Okay, I can't actually move my camera now, so it's kind of glitched. Yeah, basically you do not want to jump in the water whilst there's a cavern type roof thing above you. That's caused a few glitches. In fact, speedrunners have used it, really, to speedrun the game with it using that glitch, because they've actually utilized it and mastered that technique in order to cause Rin to do silly things like fly in there whilst she's holding block. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, this game is by no means perfect. It will have a bunch of glitches, and damn it! Oh. Okay, I took a lot of damage there. That's one of the things that's a little bit risky. You don't always... I don't know if it's the difficulty, but you won't always get a chance to stun lock the game. Stun lock the game? Stun lock the enemies. And they'll still just keep walking, or crawling towards you. It's pretty sweet. Oh, and I should also point out as well that I forgot to mention right outside when we left the tavern. Scripted spawning enemies. Not respawning, mind you. Script spawns. Don't rightly know the best term for that, but it's basically what I'm describing it as it is now. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, and don't try to outrun the enemies as well, because... oh no, this is a really bad idea. Okay, I'm gonna need to kill them. Yeah, script spawns basically refer to as when you've gone to a certain point, like a secret or a point of interest that, you've progressed through in parts of the game. Whether you need to go back to a certain area as well, there'll be new enemies waiting for you that weren't there before. A lot of games did this back in the 90s, and even games today still do it. I mean, even games in The Witcher 3 do it. Right, so yeah, it's just a thing that they incorporated. I'm going through it now, just to demonstrate how much you're gonna see it, I guess. It's a thing, it's what it is, and get used to it. But later on down the line, because this is gonna happen so much, and I'm playing this on the hardest difficulty, there is a technique that I'm going to be using. I'll show you right now. It's called the bunny hop technique. Where, as you can tell right now, I'm sort of doing a sort of jump hop thing, where the second I land on the ground, and during that time where you sort of settle yourself, or Rin's character model settles herself, you can actually do a sort of launching move, as you can see right here. So this is our normal run speed, but when jumping, you just thrust a bit forward each time, and you're going to need that, Okay, because a lot of enemies in this game are they are faster than you. So just running simply like this and this normal speed, they will catch you and they can attack whilst they're running towards you. So don't rely on that. You know, public service announcement number 1 here. Yeah, see what it's like to go off script. You know, I never, like, I redid that first video after this series so many times just because trying to figure out what was relevant, what was not, and what I felt needed to be in it and what didn't. But you see, at least the weapons are still there. Thankfully, they don't disappear. Again, something I'm really appreciative. You don't lose the weapon forever. Okay, so where we actually need to go is down here. But we're not going to go down there just yet. We're going to go this direction and find ourselves some more goodies. In fact, we're going to find ourselves some armor. But we're also going to encounter a new enemy whilst we're doing that. So you notice that these scavengers here, these are the new enemies called the scavengers. You notice how they just chase down the Grawl? Yeah, they're kind of like the rabid dogs, I suppose, of the Dark Union under the command. Except when they don't have a leash, they obviously just don't give any shits, and they've pretty much just eaten their bodies. So yeah, that's not good. Right, now these guys, these things are no joke. They're fast, they're lethal, they have a lot of health. And they they're pretty good. They can make quick work of you. That's what I was trying to say. Ow. Right, so there we go. We've managed to cut off a limb, but he's, as you can see, he's still moving around and bleeding all over the place. So what I'm going to try and do now is jump around him, go in a sort of serpentine thing. And okay, good, he's frozen there. I don't know if he's afraid of us. No, I don't think these enemies feel fear, because there is a fear mechanic in this game that will I'll get to show you later on in the game. The texture pack actually also consists a little bit of the enemies as well, so you can actually see the definitions of their character models a little bit better, not by much, but just a little bit. Looks really cool. I like it. And again, apologies for being so descriptive on this part as well. Again, this is how I play. It really needs to be said, all this stuff that I'm talking about now, because the game really does a terrible job in explaining what it is that's going on and what's going on, and why you're important. Like, why is this happening to you? What's the fascination with you and your brother? Why raid this village? Like, nothing is explained. I mean, maybe that was the direction that the developers were hoping for. Just tell the story. They plop you in the middle of something that you have no idea what's going on, but you're meant to discover it along the way. It's kind of like the Ghosts of Tsushima game. Maybe, I don't know. Or Sekiro, who knows. But yeah, these things are pretty messed up. I mean, look how evil they are. They got, like, their limbs are covered in blood, their teeth. You can tell they've been... Like, you can tell this game was definitely not for kids. And in fact, also to point out, in the German version of this game... Actually, I don't think I need to crouch because he's on a higher level than me. Ow! Get away from me. Yeah, I'm not going to... Oh, okay, now he can't. Right, so there you have it. You can actually cut off both the limbs. And for some reason, they don't actually like to use their teeth when attacking you. They only use their teeth when they're eating, but for the claws, it's just attacking you. Yeah, in the German version of this game, they actually removed the means to dismember the body parts of your enemies, and I think they also removed the bleeding out function or mechanic. Which, in a sense, actually makes the game harder for the people in Germany. So it's kind of crazy. Really. Like, if your enemy doesn't bleed out, you're pretty much just gonna have to rely, going balls to the wall, toe-to-toe, proper hack and slash. But here we are, this nice little patch of a valley thing going on here, and we just found this absolutely little random outhouse. And we also find a Grawl, who's been taking a dump, you know, because priorities. You know, you're busy raiding, mate, but you know, if you gotta go, you gotta go. I totally respect that. So, right. This guy actually hasn't noticed us, so, sorry, bud. In fact, he's wearing armor, as you can tell. So, this would actually be good for the weapon that we've got equipped right now, the 10 armor-piercing mithril sword. Ow. Yep, and he's just done that little, butt sweep. Ow, and now he just did it again! Okay, even when blocking, that still does a moderate amount of damage, so it's not worth you trying to use that. I'm actually going to use some of my combos here, which is clearly not working. There we go. Oh, damn it. Right, so... Thank God I'm picking up a lot of items now. Not fun. And what the hell's wrong with me? We just picked up some armor. Equipped the damn thing. So there we go. This is what armor looks like. It can actually gives you... It's not just a... You know... something that you put in your inventory and then it works. It just... You have to actually put it on. And that throws you off a lot of times as well. So that's my fault. You know... Logically speaking, yeah, you're meant to put on the damn thing you've just found. So this armor is called the Rusty Chainmail armor. Its armor rating is 20. It's very low durability because it's not at the max level, which is 100. It's only at 15. But, you know, it's armor. Take it as you can get it. The armor rating is definitely going to help us out a lot. And how many potions we got left? Right, so what we actually... we've got 9 potions. And I feel like I should mention as well, what we just picked up was the potion... sorry, I need to really look at the description. Invisibility potion. And it does exactly what it says on the tin. It makes you invisible. Though, in what regards of that invisibility, I don't rightly know. Let's go to test. You may want to hurry up, Rin. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so if they... if they slash you enough times, they'll actually push you out of your own damn inventory. Well, there you go, Rin's dead. And this thing is actually going to be... Yeah, this is another thing that I like, actually. The fact that the game carries on. Oh, alright, well, I'm going to have to... Actually, no. Let's just quickly equip it. Here we go. So now we're invisible. The enemy, thankfully, doesn't know where we are, but I think if we touch the enemy... no, okay, no. They just completely don't know where we are. Which is really good. Oh, wow. Never mind, he's just going straight for his... Okay, he still doesn't see us, which is good. Awesome! Alright, you know what? I really should utilize this, because I actually don't bother using my potions as much as I should. Invisibility potion, definite win. We don't need to touch this guy now, he'll just bleed out. And I really like the fact that even after you've made a first swing, it doesn't negate the effects of the invisibility potion, it just, you know, carries on. And that'll be important later on in the game, I promise you. But because I know a lot about what we're going up against now, I'm not going to use the invisibility potion to anytime soon yet. I think we picked up all the items in here. Yes, we have. Yeah, I'm not going to utilize the potions just yet. But it's good to know we know what it does. Again, it's been a while since I played this game, so not even I'm 100% sure on what it is. All the effects and stuff do yet. In fact, now that I think about it, I may as well just keep playing this game until... Ow. Could you not? Is he doing damage to me? No, he's not doing damage, thankfully. So, like looking at him right now, as you could tell, he was trying to hit me. Oh, God. Ugh. Messy. You can tell he was trying to hit me then, but he didn't have a claw, so... The AI is good, it's not that great. Well, you know, it's... Logically speaking, you'd run away, but I guess, they were just really hungry for it. Can't imagine how dangerous they would be if the developers actually gave them the function to use their teeth, as well as their arms or claws. There you go, ladies and gents, that's going to be it. So, for part 2 of Drakan Order of the Flame, thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next part. Godspeed.